Adobe InDesign got 4 new features added to it for the 2023 version, which is already out. I know it's a little confusing because you're like, it's still 2022, but I guess because they're very future forward thinking, they just like to be ahead of the curve, and they've named this version the 2023 version. So 2 of them don't really work how I thought they would. In fact, I'm not even sure one of them works. The other 2, one I'm very excited about, and the other, I did want that as a feature, but I didn't realize it. So let's go through those today. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create pretty pages using Adobe InDesign and Canva. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Tuesday or extra videos like today because I'm just so excited about these changes. And quite honestly, I'm a little behind on videos. So if you are interested in learning Adobe InDesign, I have a free 5-day course, InDesign 101. I will leave a link to that below. But let's go ahead. I'm going to flip the screen and show you these new features. The first feature is the ability to copy and paste in between programs. So over here, this is Adobe InDesign. So let's say I just want to copy a few of the things over here. I'm just going to hit Control-C. I'm going to head over to Photoshop, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new file over here. And I am going to make this a little bigger so we can all see it. And I'm going to hit Control-V. So now you can see everything that I had over there, I've brought over here. Now, the only problem is where you see it says Vector Smart Object, it is not editable. Once I go to edit that Vector Smart Object, it then starts to open up Adobe Illustrator for me. This was not created in Illustrator. It was created in Photoshop or InDesign, as you saw. So I would say this is a great feature in theory. I've only seen it work when you copy things from Adobe Illustrator into Photoshop or InDesign. Otherwise, going in between other things doesn't work. So for example, if I wanted to take this Photoshop file and I just wanted to copy all of these layers, and I hit Control-C, and then I head back over to InDesign, and if I run over to a blank page over here and I hit Control-V, paste, I only get one item out of all the things that I tried to copy over. So you can only take one thing at a time for some reason from Photoshop. It's not going to allow me to take many things. So I could take this photo so you can actually see that, and I can paste this. But again, if I try to take multiple items, it doesn't bring all of them over. I don't know. Oh, I have the direct selection tool. There we go. So that I do see that as a feature flaw, even though they said it was something new and great. And yes, I have upgraded to the latest version of Adobe InDesign over here. So the second thing is the ability to preview InDesign files. Now, there's something wrong with this too. This first thing is when you see a PDF file, if you see these little arrows show up, and you can click through to all the pages and kind of see what's inside there. You cannot do that right now with InDesign unless you specifically save that file to do so. So inside of Adobe InDesign, so this file is, I'm sure you saw, is not like those little icons don't show up. So to make them show up, you'd have to go to InDesign and go to Preferences, File Handling, and then over here where it says always save preview images with documents. So that is defaulted, but you can see it's only the first 2 pages. I really want to do all pages, and then the preview size is 512 by 512. That's a little odd because it's a square image, and I clearly not everything is a square image. So it'll be a little interesting to see how that works once we do that. But then when I go ahead and I save this file, so let's go ahead and put it into a different area. Let's put it on the desktop, and we'll call it 2. And so now if I open this file on the desktop, I should be able to see, in theory, I should be able to see those buttons, and I still don't see them. So I'm not really convinced this one works either. I know everyone's like, oh, I'm so excited everything works. The fourth thing is duplicate spread. So this was annoying. So this is to me something like, thank God they finally fixed this. But whenever you wanted to duplicate, let's go to 26 and 27. So if I wanted to duplicate this spread right here, if I copied these 2 pages and I said duplicate spread, it would automatically put the spread at the end of the document. But right now, when I duplicate it, it will put it instead right after those 2 pages. So we have this page, 26 and 27, and then we have 28 and 29. They're exactly the same because we duplicated them, and I do like that feature, and it does work. So let's just all be happy for that. But before, it used to automatically put it at the end of the document, and that was kind of annoying. So the fourth feature is actually something I am excited about, and it does work, and these are style packs. So style packs are over here. If you go up to Window, and you go to styles, and you now see a new feature called style packs. So we never ever had these before. So style packs kind of work if you have ever done a website in Squarespace. What happens is there are predefined style packs in here already. So you could pick a style that you really like and just start using that. But so if we just take this first one, if we go over to Window, Styles, if we go to paragraph styles, you're going to see that there is this style avenue. You have heading, subhead, paragraph, list, ordered list. So these have already been predefined for you based on that style pack that we saw over here inside of this area. So if I wanted to, let's say I come over here, I can use this style pack. So the way you use this style pack is you can make this a heading, a subhead, paragraph, no, you can't see it, a list, or an ordered list. So you wouldn't really have to change anything because it's already been done for you inside of the style pack. Now you can also make your own style packs as well, which is a very exciting feature that we will go over in another video, because I think that's going to help a lot, especially any future planners that I make or documents in Adobe InDesign. I think that's going to be a really big advantage. So that's a wrap for all of the changes inside of Adobe InDesign for 2023.